church bells tolled in a rhythm that once promised joy, but today, they sounded hollow to Clara. White lace clung to her trembling shoulders, her bouquet slipping from her fingers as she scanned the aisle. The groom, the man she had trusted with her heart, was nowhere in sight. Panic rippled through the crowd. Murmurs turned into whispers, then gasps. At 21, Clara had never imagined that her first step into adulthood would end with such humiliation. Tears blurred her vision as she fled the chapel. Outside, the crisp air did little to calm her racing heart. She stumbled toward the street, her shoes scraping against the cold pavement, each step echoing her fear and confusion. Then, without warning, a sleek black car screeched to a halt beside her. Before she could react, a tall, sharply dressed man opened the passenger door. "Get in," he said, his voice both commanding and strangely gentle. Clara hesitated. Her mind screamed danger, but something about the intensity in his eyes, the way he studied her without judgment, made her freeze. She slid into the leather seat. The car moved before she could speak, disappearing into the city lights. "I'm Adrian," he said after a moment, his fingers tapping lightly on the steering wheel. "I saw what happened. I wanted to help." Clara's brow furrowed. He was the wealthiest man in the region, a name spoken with awe in every corner of the city. The thought of being kidnapped by a millionaire should have terrified her, yet his presence radiated an unexpected calm. Hours passed as the city lights blurred by. Adrian didn't press questions or make assumptions. He simply listened, offering a quiet space for Clara to unravel the weight of betrayal. She spoke of dreams abandoned, of innocence lost, and of a heart that felt unworthy. And he listened. Then came the twist. At a small diner on the outskirts of town, Adrian slid a cup of coffee across the table. "Sometimes," he said softly, "we find people not in the places we expect but in the moments we never saw coming." His words stirred something within Clara. For the first time that day, she laughed. A shaky, imperfect laugh that felt like a promise of renewal. They returned to the city at dawn. Adrian didn't flaunt his wealth. Instead, he guided Clara through the quiet streets, stopping at a small park where the morning sun painted golden streaks across the lake. "You're not defined by anyone's abandonment," he said, his tone firm yet tender. "You're defined by the kindness you carry, the humanity you give to others, even when they don't deserve it." Clara felt a weight lift, a clarity she hadn't known she could hold. In Adrian's company, the world seemed less cruel, less rigid. She realized that compassion could come from the most unexpected places, even from someone whose life seemed entirely separate from hers. By mid-morning, Clara stood at the park's edge, sunlight on her face, a gentle breeze lifting her hair. She had no grand plan, no clear path yet, but she felt alive in a way she hadn't before. Adrian smiled, not as a savior, but as a witness to her resilience. Together, they walked forward, each step echoing the quiet truth that sometimes, life's most profound kindness emerges from the unlikeliest moments and people.